I'm really digging that. Let me know what you think. Would you stick with rose petals, or would you go with the standard S wheels? Hi fellas, welcome back. I'm actually gutted this week because London to Brighton got cancelled, which I wasn't expecting at all, and Bingley in March has just been cancelled. I was kind of expecting Bingley to get cancelled, but I certainly wasn't expecting London to Brighton to get cancelled in May. And now that has put even more doubt on obviously shows that would be going on in May. So I know there's Himley in May as well, which British Mini Club do. So I really hope that doesn't get cancelled, because then, yeah, they're kind of the best shows, all cancelled this year. But anyway, I've managed to drag myself in here tonight because I've lost all motivation, I'm not going to lie. So I've been wanting to do a few jobs underneath the Cooper S for a few months now. I've just been putting it off, so I just think I might as well do it now. So what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to get it jacked up, have a look underneath, I'll show you guys underneath it, and then we'll just kind of come up with a plan of attack to I don't know what that was. Plan of attack to get this thing looking as good underneath as what it does on top. Anyway, the reason I haven't jacked it up and put it on axle stands before now is because I've been looking for something to put on my axle stands. Now, a lot of people might already know about these, but usually what I do is I normally put a piece of wood on there and then like a microfiber towel over the top. And I just thought I'm sick of doing it that way. So I typed in axle stand pads, and these little black things turned up. So basically what these do is you literally just sit on top of your axle stand like that, and then obviously your subframe will just sit on top of that, and you've got no need to put a microfiber on, because obviously that's not going to scratch the surface. So yeah, I managed to buy them. All I had to do was I just had to widen the little channel which it sits in by about sort of 7mm, just to get it to slip over my my axle stand, because my axle stand was a little bit too wide. So yeah, I've got those axle stand pads now, so I can get all the obviously I've got 4, because I'm going to get the wheels off, all 4 wheels off, and I'm probably even going to test fit the what's it called, the Cooper S wheels while it's up in the air as well. Other bits and bobs that I've been getting to obviously do the underneath is I want to clean up the wheel arches and protect them with some sort of sealant. So I've got myself like a little foaming pump sprayer, got myself some Dynax as well to do the sills on it. What else have I got? And I've also got some Dynax UC to do inside the boot lid and a few other bits and bobs. So I've got plenty to be getting on with. But I think for this video, I think we'll just get it up on axle stands, get the wheels off, see what it's look like, and then go from there. So let's jack it up, and then I'll catch you in a minute. and there she is up on axle stands. I'm really happy with those pads for the axle stands. Like I said, I've just literally just gone on either side of the subframe there and at the front as well. There's not a drop of oil in that drip tray, which I find it really hard to believe. That engine doesn't drip any oil, which is just absolutely mad. Might just because it's a fresh build, and obviously when I start using the car, it'll start leaking of oil a little bit. But anyway, before I show you underneath it, I've just had a thought. Right, okay, so if you've been following kind of my progress with this car for the last, I've had it now, for about 6 or 7 months. Not long after I purchased the car, I managed to source myself some genuine LP 883 Cooper S wheels. And like I said, I've had these wheels over 6 months and I've never actually test fitted them on the car, so I thought, whilst it's up on axle stands and there's no rose petals in it, I might as well have a look and see what these look like. Now, I'm sceptical about how these are going to look, and the reason I've left it so long is because I'm just not sure how Old English White will look with Old English White. Part of me wants to put them on to keep it original, but on the other hand, I just think it looks so good on the rose petals, so I'm going to whack them on tonight or now, just see what it look like, because you never know, I might be surprised. So right, we'll whack these on. Also, the bolts or the socket size for the lugs which hold the rose petals on, I'm going to get it off. These are probably a lot more secure in the car as well. So those are like a bolt that goes through the rose petal, like a little washer on. Whereas when you put these things on, they're on like a little puny nut there, which holds it onto that wheel. I think they're the correct fixing for it. I'll have a look and see. I'll have a look when I put it on and see what it's like. But right, I'll just whiz these 3 nuts off here and this spacer, and we'll get it on. Right, there we go. That's like it's probably like, I don't know, 1/4 inch spacer. Rose petals look good in that anyway. They sat flush with the arches. I don't know if I'll still run that with the standard Cooper S wheels. I'll have to see what the offset's like. But tell you what, it's like being in the Bahamas tonight behind this heater. It's absolutely lovely. Right, okie dokie. Let's try these bad boys on then. Now it is going to take a little bit of an imagination, because obviously they're in dire need of a refurb. Let me try and straighten that up. There we go. It's hard to try and get a visual idea what it's going to look like without a tyre on it. But what I'll do is I'll whack these wheel nuts on, and I'm going to get a jack underneath it just to try and bring it up into the arch a little bit and see what it looks like then. So bear with me 2 seconds. Right, okay, so got my mate Jack. Sorry, my sense of humour's terrible. Right, okay, so if I pump that up a little bit, it's not made a massive difference, but I really need something with a tyre on to just try and see what it's going to look like. I'll tell you what, my van's got Old English White wheels on it with tyres. I'll be 2 minutes. I'm going to go and rob a wheel off the van. Whew. It is absolutely Baltic out there. Well, that was easy. my van, I remembered, had got a spare wheel. So yeah, I just robbed it from underneath the passenger seat. Now this wheel is slightly cream because the wheels on the van before I did a restoration on it were like a real rich creamy colour. So obviously when I had the wheels refurbed, I said to him I want Old English white, and then it obviously had time with the sign writing. But anyway, I'm digressing again. So I don't better stick that wheel on the back or on the front. Tell you what, let's stick it on the back, and I can try and make mine up between the two. So right, I'll get this wheel on here, and then we'll see what it looks like. Right, okay. Right, okay, so that's the standard van wheel on. Now, there's not much difference between those wheels. That one's a 3.5J, that one's a 4.5J. What I've done is I've left that spacer on the rear, and that is also on a space drum. So when you look at it from kind of that angle, it's actually flush with the quarter, where that one is going to be sitting pretty flush anyway. So yeah, now that's got a tyre on, I can visualise it a lot more. Now when you kind of get into that position there, yeah, I'm really digging that. Let me know what you think. Would you stick with rose petals, or would you go with the standard S wheels? I'm really leaning towards the standard Cooper S wheels now. It seems weird, but that seems to make the car feel older with steel wheels on it, as it does with rose petals. But yeah, Cooper S wheels I think for me. But anyway, right, let's whiz them off, and I'll show underneath it. Right, okay, I've got my little torch there just to light the bottom of the car up, because those lights don't really do a fantastic job of it. So yeah, as mentioned, it's running a spacer for the rose petals. Whether I'll run that on the standard Cooper S wheels, I'm not too sure. I'll probably put them on, see what it looks like, and then make a decision whether I'm going to run a spacer or not. Chances are I probably won't run a spacer unless the wheels sit massively in the arches. With them being a 4.5J, I'm kind of guessing they're going to be pretty nice in the arch anyway, so I probably won't have to run that spacer. So one of the main reasons I've decided to do what I'm doing with this car is a couple of reasons. Obviously getting up on axle stands is I want to just have a look underneath it and see if there's anything that has been missed, and also it gives me a bit of a chance to have a look around it and see if there's anything that still needs doing. I have noticed on the thingy there, it says like a little chip in the paint, so that's probably happened when the subframe's been getting put in. So I've got some touch-up paint, so that needs touching up. So again, that's just one of the reasons why I just want to check, and I just want to make sure that everything's as it should be underneath the car, so then I know when, you know, I hit the road in it next year, I've not got anything to worry about. Something, you know, as simple and trivial as that, I mean, that could start, you know, a little rust spot, so that needs sorting out. So right, if you've been following obviously my videos for a bit, you'll kind of know that this car has been converted to dry suspension. So it's running Bilstein B6 shock absorbers. I don't know if I'm a fan of the blue and the yellow. I'd much prefer it if it was black. So I might change them at a later date, just so when you look through the arch, when you obviously the wheels there, you're not going to see a blue thing, because obviously that wouldn't have been blue from factory. I know it's not original anyway, but like I said, when you look at it from the outside, I want it to look like it is original. Only when you kind of dig deeper, you see it's on the dry suspension. It's got the bigger carbs on it. But yeah, looking round underneath here, everything's just, it's absolutely mint. Like all the brake lines and the handbrake cables, it's all brand new, as it should be. Yeah, you'll get a better picture of these thingies now. So those pads, you can see how it just stops the car touching the jack. This car's actually been on here now for a couple of days, so those have compressed in quite a little bit. Like I said, they're still not touching the axle stand, which is nice. I'll actually leave the eBay link for them in the description if anyone wants to have a nosy for their cars. I think they're they're massively worth the weight in gold. So right, moving on to underneath it. So like I said, it's literally like brand new under here. It's actually the first time I've had a look underneath here. When I bought it off looking at pictures, so I've not actually been under it since it's been finished. So obviously it's got an RC40 on. It hasn't got a resonator on the middle. I don't know whether they did from factory or not. I'll find that out. What I do fancy doing with this is putting it on like a stainless steel. I would love to get a stainless steel exhaust right the way through, just because it looks better, and that obviously, because that one over time is probably going to go a little bit kind of tarnished looking. So if I got a stainless steel one, I'd be able to keep on top of it really nice. As you can see on the back there, there's the old fittings for the hydroelastic suspension as well, which have been left on there. Having a look over there, back plates look really good. Like I say, everything under here to me looks like it's pretty much brand new. Is a little bit dusty, so I'll give it a little bit of a clean up under here as well. So moving on over this way as well. So as I mentioned in another video, I want to get these subframe shrouds fitted. You can see I've got a little screw there. Can you see that? Now I need to get one with a bigger thread. I've still not got around to doing that. I must get around to doing that sooner rather than later, because now would be an ideal time while the car's up, because I need to drill. In fact, it's got a hole there already. I don't know if you can see that. So the subframe shroud screws in there and there. So yeah, that needs sorting out. Also, whilst I'm underneath the car as well, I want to put some Dynax in these sills as well, just to stop it rusting. So I've ordered some Dynax. I can't remember what it is. It's basically the black stuff. So I've got the Dynax, I think it's S50 for the sills, and I've also got Dynax UC, which I am going to do the boot skinning, and inside the door bins and the rear pockets, just anywhere where there's water that can obviously sit, and any condensation. I'm going to get that done. Also inside the arches as well. Obviously I'm not going to spray them with any form of wax oil, but what I am going to do is I'm going to put some sort of sealant on them arches, whether it be like tough coat or a ceramic coating. I'll get around to that. So yeah, there's plenty of jobs that I want to be doing on here. So right, let me shuffle over to the front of the car, and I'll show you the front. Right, okay, so now we're at the front of the car. So as I was saying earlier about the suspension setup, so those tie bars on the front are adjustable. It's also got adjustable bottom arms on it as well. So I'm kind of guessing when I get this car set up with a four-wheel alignment, I can be able to set this up real nice. So it'll be an absolute animal in the bends. I know my van has got kind of like the rear camber brackets on it and stuff, and that handles really well around the bends, and I'm hoping this thing will be even better. So right, one of the reasons again why I'm under here, so where the mustache grill has been put on the front here, that is actually riveted on there. So that needs a little bit of paint touching in there, and a little bit of wax oil or rust treatment on the back, just to stop any water getting in there. And apart from that, there's that kind of rubber collar wants seating back in. My mate Will's just spotted that, and I just sent him a picture of the underside of it. But yeah, in terms of the underside, hang on a minute. Yeah, no leaks from that engine or anything. It's a little bit dusty under here. It wants a bit of a clean up, but yeah, as you can see, yeah, I'm really happy with what I've seen. I may clean those brake calipers up a little bit. I don't know if you can see, they're pretty scratched up, so I might give them a clean off and give them a coat of black brake caliper paint whilst I'm under here. I might as well, and then it just protects them for the future. Also, those bolts
look like when the car's been sprayed, they've been put in just to stop the paint getting in the threads, so they've got a little bit of white paint on. I'm probably going to order some stainless steel ones of those up, so they'll look a little bit nicer under there. But yeah, apart from that, there's not masses of work to do under here, which is nice. So right, I think that's it for underneath.
Right, okay, so didn't really get much done tonight. By the time I messed around with them wheels and having a look underneath it. So I'm going to leave this one here for today because I don't really want to drag this video out too much. But what I will show you is I've had a few deliveries turn up. So I've got some new oil because it needs an oil service. My built amber cavity wax and stuff is turned up. So as I mentioned earlier, it's Dynax S50 I've got for the sills, and I've got Dynax UC for inside the door bins and the door pockets and a few other bits and bobs on the car where kind of water can sit. I'm probably going to take the glass out and Dynax in there as well. So that Dynax was actually recommended to me by my good mate Steve, the lad who run the engine in for me on the Cooper S. So he's really knowledgeable when it comes to wax oils and Dynax and stuff. So I decided to take his advice along with the oils as well. So right, I'm going to leave this one here for today because I'm going to go in and I want to chill out a little bit now. But I shall join you next time and I'll finally get stuck in on the underside. Don't know what I'll do first. I'll see what mood I'm in and what time of day it is when I come in. But I say, if you've got any questions, guys, as always, get in the comment section and I shall see you in a couple of weeks with some more progress on the car. So take care, guys, and I'll catch you in a bit.